what that dying. This is the voice of the Patriot, where we speak truth to power. Now here we don't criticize, but if we must, it will come on only one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. This is the voice of the Patriot, and I'm most excited to be with you, my brother, my sister. Now here we are not neutral, we have taken sides, the side of the truth. That is why we say we are the headquarters of the truth. This is the voice of the people, and they say the voice of the people is the voice of God. Now what else can I say? What else can I do but to just say thank you so much? I appreciate you and I love you. This is the voice of the Patriot, and today we have a number of issues to look at, and here we go. My brother, my sister, now the very first story we are looking at is coming all the way from Ghana Word, and I need you to open your ears and listen with rapt attention. Now, this story is very interesting, and I truly need all of us to listen to this carefully. I read from Ghana Word: if Galamsey ban would affect livelihoods, then allow armed robbers to operate. J.B. Dankwa is the one speaking. And I read: a former NPP parliamentary aspirant for the Subini constituency, Joseph Wache Dankwa, has strongly refuted the argument that an absolute ban on illegal small-scale mining, commonly known as Galamsey, will severely affect a section of Ghanaians dependent on it for their livelihood. In an exclusive interview with Ghana Word in June 2025, the former NPP politician and tax accountant asserted that the environmental and societal damage caused by Galamsey far outweigh any perceived benefits. He urged the government to implement extreme measures to curb the menace. Dankwa vehemently rejected the notion that it would be unfair to vigorously clamp down on illegal mining without first providing alternative livelihood options for those involved. Galamsey has become an existential threat to Ghana. Now the very existence of the nation is under threat by Galamsey. This is not the first time I am saying this. I have said same years back, because anybody who is conscious of himself as a citizen of Ghana and does not wake up at night to think about what Galamsey is doing to our country is not a Ghanaian. No nation can survive without rivers, water bodies, and without vegetation covers. Yet we are so greedy that we want to destroy the environment to put money in our pockets. And I don't like that argument that we should find alternatives for Galamseyers before tackling the menace. Then let's allow armed robbers to continue doing robbery, because that is how they also live. He added, drawing a stark comparison. Now this man here doesn't cease to impress me and to astound me. My brother, my sister, now this is what it is. Clear and simple. My brother, my sister, Galamsey is killing us. Galamsey is killing a lot of people out there. Our pipe-borne water is poisoned every now and then. Our crops are poisoned. And these are the two major things we need to continue living: water and food. Our food is from the farms. And if our farms are polluted, it means we are getting ready for an existential conundrum. My brother, my sister, the water bodies are also polluted. Rivers are polluted. Dams are polluted. And water seeps deep into even our water table. So what do we say? As long as water is poisoned, the land is also poisoned. And even the water that we get from our boreholes, from our wells, and so on and so forth, for that matter, are all poisoned. And somebody says, oh, you know what? Let's get them an alternative livelihood before we stop this. And the gentleman here is saying, then let us also get armed robbers an alternative livelihood before we clamp them down. My brother, for me, Galamsey is worse than armed robbery. Whilst armed robbery targets one man at a time, Galamsey targets millions of people. Galamsey can kill millions at a time. Armed robbers only come for what you have. It is when the armed robbery goes bad that lives are taken. I am not in any way endorsing armed robbery. No. All I am saying, my brother, my sister, is that left to me alone, armed robbery is better than Galamsey. Both, of course, are evilous. But that is to tell you how serious Galamsey is. And any nation that encourages Galamsey is a hopeless one, is in a sorry state. And the former NP has hit it right on the nail. My brother, it's an existential problem. It's between life and death. We must tackle it headlong. And I hear Hannah Bisu say, oh, you know, we seized about 40 excavators, and because we did not have a low-down truck to carry them to the right places, you know, before we came back after a few hours, 37 or 3 were gone, leaving 7. This is the joke of a century. So when you seize excavators, what do? You leave them there at the mercy of the weather? Then what do you mean by you have seized them if you don't have full control over them? I have seized this thing means that I have full control over it now. You can't go about seizing things with your mouth. You must put people in place to make sure that people do not return to these excavators. Are we serious about the Galamsey fight? Or we are just happy that the dollar has come down? And for that matter, Galamsey can go haywire. My brother, I will not sit down and watch any politician take my life down. I will fight every politician. It's my life. I have the right to protect my life. And if I see anybody who is a threat to my life, I will take you down before you try mine. And that is what every Ghanaian must have in mind. You have the right to defend and protect your own self and life. So when people go fish, I beg your pardon, going out there to dig the ground and steal minerals, by so doing, they fill their pockets and then they poison our food and poison our water. What are we doing to ourselves? And irresponsible people who have been put in place to deal with some of these things are telling us cock and bull stories. What is wrong with you? I get so angry when politicians take us for fool. I will fight every politician, my brother, my sister, from head to the toe, if they take me for fool. You should do the same. Stop running after politicians and begging them for food. You are their employer. For that matter, summon them and ask them questions. But in Ghana, it's the other way around. We employ these guys and they turn around becoming our bosses, our gods and goddesses. No, things must change, my brother. I leave it here. Now the next story I want to look at is also very interesting. All I need would be your ears. Now this one is coming from Cardinal Apia Texan, and he says Ghana should not be ruined by the greedy few. And the Cardinal was talking at the day of prayer when Ghana met to pray to God and dedicate the whole day to God for his mercies and also for God to guide the nation. My brother, my sister, the Cardinal hit the nail right on the head. The problem we have in this country is the problem of lack of patriotism. Everybody is greedy. I don't care. Denying an orphanage all the money that is supposed to take care of these orphans, that is supposed to take care of the sick and the suffering. As long as I have enough in my pocket to flaunt. How many people would steal from the poor and the destitute? And they buy big cars, fly private jets all around the world, and would not have an iota of remorse when they see these destitute children die right in front of their very eyes. We live in a country where people think they are smart when they steal from the government. We live in a country where we applaud people who travel around. When you make it to England, you are a hero. People all of a sudden look at you with a different spectacle. When you travel to Dubai, you travel to Malaysia and return. Hey, people come up to you and tell you that you are successful. How are you there? You make arm. I make arm all because I travel to Dubai. But we are not looking at how we can make other people travel to our country and give us money for foreign exchange. Look at all the wonderful things we have in our country, naturally endowed. We are the only land in the world that is called the land of gold. We are the only country, my brother, my sister. The rest are fictitious. The Gold Coast, no other country in the world. Because when the white man came here, he saw so much gold, he was shocked. Today, my brother, my sister, we still have the coast of gold, but it is going into greedy pockets. My brother, my sister, the greedy few are those who are killing us. Leaders are greedy. Men and women of God are greedy. People who should know better are greedy. We are also greedy. You don't care if you rob the masses and see the masses go down into early graves. As long as you are well fed, you are okay. There are people who will take money to the church and pay tithes when they know that this money is supposed to be used to treat their mothers, their children, their whatever, close relatives. But no, they believe in the spirit that they can't see more than the human being sitting in front of them that they can feel and touch. What greedy, wicked people. What is wrong with us? What is wrong with us? Well, the Cardinal says that we are greedy. And if our nation would grow, we must put aside all the greed. I go to America and it looks like people don't really want money. But yes, Americans are humans. They also need money. But they work for their money. Hardly would you see an American flaunt his wealth. Everybody lives in such a situation in respect of the other person. My brother, my sister. But in our country, oh my God, musicians are flouting their miserable pennies that they call wealth. If somebody is able to make some pennies, he thinks that he has arrived. The first thing he does is to change his name from Kwame Mensah to Johnson Blankson. The next thing is to forget the name of his father. Third is to forget the name of his mother. Fourth, he can't even speak his language anymore. Then he's looking for a visa to go and live in America, England, and pretend that he's white. What a shame. What a shame. We quickly forget our tradition, quickly forget where we are coming from, all because of greed. Patriotism is the answer. My brother, my sister, patriotism is the answer. As long as we lack this, it's a big problem. Now the last thing I would like to look at is also taken from Ghana Web, and it says, we want our native language to be heard on the floor. Speaker Bagbin to Parliament. Wow. Alban Bagbin is speaking, and what is he saying? He's saying that he wants to hear some local language in our Parliament House. My brother, my sister, most of the time, it's a competition of vocabulary in our Parliament. English vocabulary. We want to see who speaks the English language best. So it looks like before our parliamentarians go to the Parliament House, they go for the Oxford Dictionary. They look through it and find polysyllabic words. They find words that even Queen Elizabeth does not understand. Then they take it to a Parliament House that is supposed to be a local Parliament House. They speak to their own misunderstanding and leave it like that. Right after they have finished unleashing their English vocabulary on us, they sit down and prance in their airs of confidence and bliss. It's a sickness. My brother, my sister, this is a complex. It's a sickness that is called megalomania. It's a mental illness. Simplicity no longer has a place in Ghana. Everybody has something to flaunt. And sadly, what they flaunt is nothing but colonialism, imperialism. They don't flaunt African-made cloths. They don't flaunt African food. No, they flaunt food that Chinese people eat. They flaunt European food. They flaunt American fashion. And at the end of the day, we claim we are independent. Alban Bagbin says, now he wants to hear some local language in Parliament. It might be a challenge at the beginning, but when we go for international conferences, the Chinese are represented. And for me, the Chinese language is the most difficult language any man can speak. My brother, my sister, the Chinese alphabets do not look like any other alphabets that I know. My brother, my sister, but people still speak Chinese. And when they speak Chinese, there is somebody who translates that for everybody to understand in a certain language. This brings us to the same discussion. If we were to choose one language in Africa that will be a national language, which one would it be? And this question can bring a tribal war in Ghana. Every ethnic group believes that yes, our language is superior. There's no problem if you think that your language is that important. But the journey that we are embarking on does not need self-aggrandizement. What we need is, which language has the head start already? How many people speak that language in Ghana? How many people understand that language in Ghana? Let us give it all the power. Let everybody hold it up. With time, other languages will come up. But no, tribalism will not allow us to accept one language in this country. If I pick language A, B, C, E, F, G, H are ready to pick up arms. And they will explain that in some history that is ridiculous. If we don't accept to promote ourselves despite our differences, then my brother, we will keep speaking the Chinese and keep speaking the English every day. And priding ourselves in the fact that the English language should be our competition. The Chinese language would soon be our competition. After all, they are teaching Chinese in the University of Ghana, our foremost university. Need I say more? I like what Alban Bagbin said. But are we going to make room for translations in the Parliament House? I would say that we should start by speaking Pidgin. We should start by speaking Pidgin English. And the other day where I go there, the thing where I see my I no like at all. My constituency there, the water people they drink no good. It be dirty water. Where if you see the way the animals they chop the grass for there, it dey like the world won't come crash self. My brother, very soon you will see how vibrant our Parliament House will be. I'm telling you that there are a lot of Ghanaians who can't speak Pidgin English. Because when we were in school, we were told that it was ridiculous to speak Pidgin English. Meanwhile, that is what Jamaica speaks as a national language. That is what is spoken in so many Caribbean islands. Why would Pidgin English be ridiculous when English language itself is not ridiculous? Pidgin English that has more of my flow and style and even language. It's some of these things that drove us to learn and speak Jamaican patois. Look how the Jamaicans push their patois. Today, every young girl in Ghana, you speak patois to them and they are dying. They are melting like shea butter in the sun. They love it. Half of the young ladies who liked me in the past liked me because I spoke some Jamaican patois. But our own pidgin, we have thrown away. It took only one woman in Jamaica to push the agenda of speaking the Jamaican patois. They also had the same inferiority complex as us. In Jamaica, the so-called upper class does not even want to speak patois. You speaking patois to them and they are speaking English language back to you because for them, patois is an inferior language. It is, even up to this date in Jamaica, even though a lot of things have changed in the past. And when they start leaving Jamaica and they travel to other parts of the world, they realize that there are people who speak better English than them. And once they say they are from Jamaica, people just want to hear them speak with the Jamaican accent, the patois. That is where they get some respect and some recognition. How do you call yourself Jamaican if you don't speak Jamaican patois? That is your foremost identity apart from your skin color. If I'm lying, tell me I'm lying. Today, even professors in the universities of Jamaica, from UWI and the rest of them, my brother, my sister, they speak fluent patois. They write books in patois. They have newspapers that write Jamaican patois. But for us in our country, we are waiting for the Nigerians to break through and make everything happen before we come and eat from the ashes and the cinders. It's a shame. Afrobeat came. And if you don't sing in pidgin, my brother, you will be left languishing in the corner of absolute despondency. Yes. He's encouraged some Ghanaians to speak pidgin. The Nigerians popularize their pidgin in their movies. My brother, I go to Jamaica and I hear Jamaicans speaking Nigerian pidgin. And when I speak Ghanaian pidgin back to them, they are like, oh, your pidgin sounds more like English. More like Jamaican patois, kind of. My brother, my sister, are we going to give an ear to our languages? Or we still want to speak English better than Queen Elizabeth? Imagine Kennedy Japan was speaking pidgin on his campaign trail. One of the things that made Mahama win the election, pidgin. When he went to the youth, he spoke pidgin. He said, the bad thing where you guys they do, it no be problem. Me, if I win, if you make a chop this election, I go come out all the tax for top. Something where you want to take, go see your how far. Then they put tax for top. No, I go come out them. How many of you they believe me? And the youth, yeah. But me, I went there speaking English like a disappointed British parrot. Nana Akufo-Addo went there speaking English like a disappointed American parrot. My brother, my sister, let's speak in our accents. Let us encourage the pidgin. It's important. I remember in school, they used to tell us, don't speak pidgin. If you speak it, you will spoil your English. Yo. Thanks so much, Alban Bagbin. God bless you. I appreciate you for this important thing. And, wow. What happened to all those patriotic songs that we sang in our local dialects? Yanara assassini, what happened to Yanara assassini? What happened to the Ewe version? What happened to the Dagomba version? Ting bang yala ti ba ting bang ti ani mamal kakani tinik bang ti manga cheka di yule do dan shal zogo ti mal pamba ni song te ka ti mal ti ba ting bang na wunang ti yiko ka ti tum matargi che ka ba me kana nan ti tum ka chi shala so comes a bang mang ye ko tum da dem viale ko so comes a bang mang ye ka ti you do, oh God. So comes a bang mang ye, ko tum da dem viale ko. So comes a bang mang ye, kati meeting you do. Hey, how many people speak Dagbani? How do these words touch you? Everybody come together. Let's do only good things, and the word there is only. Let's do this. Let's put in all the effort, so that our own land would also rise to the top. So comes a bang mang ye, ko tum da dim viale ko. So comes a bang mang ye, kati meeting yuli do. Then you leave it and go and you are talking like a disappointed British parrots. All of us are guilty. All of us. Thank you so much, Alban Bagbin. Let's encourage this at national events. Please let us sing some of these patriotic songs in at least 2 of the languages. At least. I'll leave it here.